in the 1950s, basically after World War II. And before that, straight 8 and straight 6 was the name of the game as far as mainstream engines. V8s were really only reserved for luxury cars. So basically the heyday of the classic car market is the 50s, 60s, and 70s. This is where the engines were considered to be at their peak, at their best, no restrictions. And then the oil embargo of 1973 drastically forced companies like Dodge and Chrysler and Ford and Chevy to change their engine configuration. Some companies simply just reduced the emissions by lowering the compression ratio. Other companies like Ford got a little more creative by coming out with fuel-efficient single overhead cam 4-cylinders. The 2.3 Pinto engine is a perfect example, designed to rival those of the Honda Civic single overhead cam and also the Fiat 128 single overhead cam. Chevy took another route. They did not cave into the single overhead cam trend. They decided to take off 2 cylinders and do a V6 version in their Chevy Malibu of their small block V8 engines. So World War I and World War II really proved that single overhead cam was the most reliable engines used in the Spad 7 and Spad 10 World War I planes that you see here, and also used in French aviation planes during World War II as well in a V12. Both single overhead cam configurations. So Chrysler and Dodge really took advantage. Most of the cars that you see here from the 90s, the Prowler, the Avenger, used a 32-valve V6 engine, which, yes, the 2.7 dual overhead cam was known as the sludge monster, but the 3.5 was a very reliable engine. I had a 97 Dodge Intrepid with the auto stick with that fantastic engine as well. Now, although these cars were very short-lived, cars like the Chrysler 300 and the Dodge Intrepid, the Plymouth Concorde, these were very successful vehicles for Chrysler, and they all basically used the 3.5 V6 single overhead cam with 24 valves. So it was essentially Chrysler's version of their modular engine that Ford used. Ford was doing 2-valve and 3-valve configurations of basically single overhead cam, 4.0, 4.6, 5.4, 6.8.